Hello everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more Let's Play The Last Remnant. Now that we finished all the side quests in the game, we can now return to the main game and finish up the main story. But we're not going to be doing that today. We'll actually be doing that next time. Today, however, focusing on the here and now, we're going to be exploring the third path. You can unlock the third path by talking to the curious, Quitzy. I call it Quitzy because why not? It begins with a Q. It's Pegasus species. I forgot the name of it, but who cares? Talk to him in the Union of the Golden Chalice back in Underworld, and you'll be able to unlock this path. Now for the path itself, once again, much like the second path, it's blind to me. It was a blind run of the third path. I did look up a map for this place, but I really do not remember it, so yay, I'm completely blind and I'm running in like a headless chicken. But I did look up the beastries floating around here, more or less, creeping around. Now for the beastry, there's not too many beasts running around here. It's just evil spiders, were-dragons, and a couple of rare monsters. But they're not in very many places. At least I haven't got that many to spawn. I got one or two of them to spawn, but that's about it. Really. Now for these spiders of which we're fighting, they act like the rest of their brethren. Blood Lash is like Jumping Press. Very dangerous and attacks multiple unions. And it has a pretty decent range too, so be on the lookout for that and pray to God they do not spam it. Unlike another certain spider I know that annoyed the ever-living crud out of me and decided to say, hey, let's throw an entire army their way and eventually overrun them by spamming that stupid attack. But that was taken care of a long time ago. Don't need to worry about it now because it's non-responsible. Thank God.
Feeling better now?
Alright, what can I talk about today? Well, I'm happy to know that this is going to be the last of the post-commentary that I'm going to be creating for the main part of this game, which is really nice. I mean, sure, there's going to be post-commentary for post-game stuff after the main game is done, even though that's kind of the same thing, but whatever. But post-game stuff's not going to be happening for a long time. Not sure when it's gonna happen, but it will be happening. Just an FYI, because, yeah. I want to come back eventually and play some more of this game and show off whatever else this game has to offer, including the final dungeon, aka the Ancient Ruins, which is the optional hard dungeon of this game. I've been thinking about doing the Ancient Ruins in live commentary as opposed to post. I mean, sure, I'm going to be doing other guild tasks and post commentary. Speaking of the Ancient Ruins, I know that the Ancient Ruins is also tied to several guild tasks within the Sword of the Three Realms. Isn't that the Sword of the Three Realms, or is that another guild entirely? I forget. It's the third guild that you get access to in the game. It's that one. Now, what can I talk about today? Did I talk about that already? Did I mention that already? Yeah, I think I did. I really ought to talk about this location here. Throughout this location, you'll see several points at which you can actually drop to a lower level from a higher point. You kind of have to use one of them in order to go through the final fortress, in a sense. Well, you don't have to go through the final fortress, but if you want all the rewards, you better go through it, because final fortress is the way to go. Also, these two They are all kissy 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 kissy. Well, guess what? Die. They all die now. Because you don't do that in my house. My house of awesomeness. Oh. Me no speak English good. Damn, my back. Well, I've been recording about 3 videos straight so far. One shortly after the other, with a little bit of a break in between. I mean, it's not really that much of a break, considering I just finished recording the previous commentary, just a few seconds ago. Whatever. The past is behind us now. Now we talk about other things. And one of those things I will be talking about today is recently, before I made the past recordings, I looked up a couple of Yahoo articles and maybe they'll spark my interest. One of them actually did. And this one I'm going to be talking about is that there's this guy who has been bullying a family for like about a year or two maybe? I don't remember how long exactly, but anyways, they pressed charges against him, and as punishment, the judge ordered him to hold a sign and stand on a street corner, and the sign said, "I'm a bully. And I bullied several people and some disabled family." Yeah, he was a very mean person. And it said he ruined his life. Well, damn straight. I mean, that's what you get. That, my friend, is karma. Karma. Don't piss it off. Just like Mother Nature. Don't piss off Mother Nature, otherwise she will unleash her fury. In the form of a hurricane or some other horrible thing. I know. I've seen it happen. Yeah, I have. There was another Yahoo article that sparked my interest too, in that there's a new homeless shelter. Well, not a homeless shelter. Or maybe it is. It's like a rescue shelter. It's something like that. But anyways, there's like a new project that could be a big thing that came from an inspiration of a coffee cup. Like you would get from a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm serious, it really happened. And the basic idea of this formed into a really lightweight, little mobile kind of place with like 4 bunk beds. Or more or less 2 of them. 2 bunk beds and pretty small space, but the doorway is wide enough to allow someone with a wheelchair to go in and stuff.
Awesome!
Yeah, it looks really interesting. It could be a really big thing if it's implemented correctly. I mean, several prototypes have already been released, and the people who made it are already getting praise for their products. Yeah, it looks rather interesting. It really does. Okay, now to talk about something else. Well, we got the map for this place, which is nice. The map was like, oh my god, thank god I have this map. Why do you think I pulled up the map for several seconds? I was just looking at the map and seeing where haven't I gone to yet. And it's like, looks like I've been here, 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 and pretty much everywhere except for one particular area. And that is right here. Yay, more exploring, 'cause exploring is fun. And I want fun. Okay, now for one more thing I will be talking about today. Hopefully I can come up with another topic on the fly as I'm talking about said topic. Right after I talk about this rare monster that we're going to be facing right here. Looks like another one of them hammer dudes. Come at me, little bro. Or big bro, whatever. Yeah, he is pretty menacing because, well, we start with a low morale, which is an odd thing. For me anyway, because once again we have such a high battle rank, why do we really care? He may be threatening, he may have a higher morale than us, but we can always turn that around, no problem. Now for the enemy himself, he does hit pretty hard, and he can be dangerous, especially if you crowd your unions around him, because when that happens, he'll have a tendency to spam his attack known as hammer spin or something like that. Yeah, hammer spin. He'll spam it almost constantly while you have your unions bunched around him. And it hits hard. And I mean hard. But it really depends on who is hit and when. Like, see? That dealt almost 2,500 in damage. But whatever. Maybe it was like that because of the fact that we have a high morale. It could have been a lot worse if we had a lower morale. Also, you can block this guy out, so be sure to do that if you can. But it only lasts for the remainder of the turn, so keep that in mind.
This is our big chance.
Okay, now for the thing I was going to be talking about. I had the strangest dream last night. And it goes something like this. It was a mix between Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII and Season 3 of Sonic X. Okay, so it's kind of like an MMO RPG. Me along with two other online friends who just randomly popped into the lobby because we were playing together for some reason in the dream. But anyways, I was like the guy who knew exactly how the events were gonna unfold. It was like, holy shit. I know what happens here. We gotta do something. We gotta do something to prevent the ending of Season 3 of Sonic X from happening. Or more or less change the ending altogether. Well, in the dream, at one point we ended up getting separated, and I told my friends to guard a certain someone with their lives, and by that point I knew that Shadow was going to come around and figure out that this particular individual was traitorous. You should know who I'm talking about. But at the last point in the dream, I ended up getting intercepted by some sort of monster or Metarak or something, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to be taking quite a bit of time to get to you guys, so I'll see you soon. And so the fight was about to begin, and then the dream ended. Don't know what happened after that. Why did the dream end? I really have no idea, but it just ended there. Kinda ended on a cliffhanger. Kinda epic, don't you think? So much for milking this topic on for a while. Whatever. I felt like sharing because it was interesting to me. Have you ever had these strange crossover dreams when it comes to certain games or certain franchises in general? I mean, sure, there have been crossovers like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games and stuff like that, but never something like this with Final Fantasy and Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, sure, Final Fantasy has had a crossover with Disney, but not with Sonic the Hedgehog. Ever. Now, you may also be wondering, wasn't I a particular individual within the dream? Like, was I Lightning or some other Final Fantasy character? No, it was like a random customized character, like as if it was Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, but with the battle system of Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. Yeah, it was weird. Weird shit. Let me tell you. Really, really weird. Awesome, but weird. What was your strangest crossover dream? Sound off in the comments section below. Love to hear your story.
Only in death does one cease to grow.
Now that the hammer guy monster has been defeated, we can now finish our little exploration within the third path. Once again, two were-dragons are making love to each other up by the lake to their favorite song, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. But too bad we're gonna be coming in and ruining their party and being like, ew, sorry. Sorry, prepare to die now. You suck, go away. Onward to the final fortress, cause we're evil little freaks that love to ruin sexual parties. Also more evil spiders, cause spiders, I hate spiders, it's so icky, creepy. Especially them tarantulas, holy crap, they're huge. I mean, for a spider, I mean, come on. I mean, sure, there are people out there who have had pet tarantulas. I'm not one of them. If I had a pet, it was a dog. That was it. Really. Tarantulas just creep me out. I mean, I'm a guy. I'm supposed to like things like that, like bugs and dirt and mud. But me, no. I'm more or less in touch with my feminine side, if you can catch my drift. Yeah, bugs creep me out. Not a fan of bugs. I mean, I don't mind going in and squishing a bug every now and again as long as it's annoying, like a fly, or a fruit fly, whatever. Or even a mosquito. I hate those things. It's like I'm a freaking magnet for those things. I'm serious. I hate them so much. Let's get back to that discussion in a moment. There was that evil floating eyeball. That too was a rare monster, and I'm pretty sure it acts a lot like death itself. Thankfully, I was able to avoid that thing and I was able to continue on with my day. Otherwise, this video would have lasted at least another 20 or so minutes. Now, you may be wondering, why am I going through the second path again? Well, remember that part of the pathway within the second path that we were previously unable to access? Well, going from the third path to the second path at this point through the final fortress, you can now access this part of the second path which you were unable to access before, which is excellent! Which means now we can collect whatever treasures we missed here. First treasure is another formation upgrade, and some more evil squids, cause squids are icky. I've never seen a real life squid. I mean, I've been to isn't it called the National Museum of Baltimore? No. I know it's the Aquarium of Baltimore, I think that's it. The National Aquarium in Baltimore. That's what I was thinking of. I've been there before. Once. And only once. And this was, I think I was like 7 or 10 years old at the time? I don't remember exactly when I went to the aquarium, but it's been a long time. Like, about 14 years maybe? 14, 15 years? Something like that, maybe more. Not sure. But it's been a long time. Enough said. Also, here's another enemy. And he's just like the regular ones who we fought previously before on the second path. So, nothing special there. I believe I showed them before anyway, so it doesn't matter. Well, with that we got a couple more components, and we can now escape the second path. And with that, our exploration of both the remaining part of the second path and the third path are now finished. We can now take our rewards and be on our way. And this video is about to come to an end. This is General Snivy with Let's Play The Last Remnant. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like. Next time, we're going to be returning to the main game and finishing it up once and for all in one last recording session, maybe after several of them. I'm not really sure how many recording sessions it's going to be divided into, probably 2 or 3. I'm going to aim for 3. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like. Next time, we're at the end. It's the beginning of the end, ladies and germs. The final stretch. Let's get ready to rumble! Oh!